Welcome to our channel Pyramid Times. Myself Veena Surbu, Creative Director at Pyramid Times and also an alternative healer. And we have with us guest Nitya Chellam. She is an author, life coach, a public speaker, IT professional and also a holistic healer. Welcome Nitya.
Thank you, Veena.
And today our topic is women coming back after a break. Nitya, why does a mother find it hard to come back after a break?
That's an amazing question, Veena. Well, one is, you have spent so much time with your baby, and when you give birth, those first 3 months, everything is about the baby. You literally get time for nothing else. And the babies want to be with the mother, so it makes it a little more harder to come back to work after you have a newborn. And, the baby takes a lot of time. So your sleep as a mother takes a huge hit. And when your sleep takes a hit, the way your brain functions tends to differ, tends to change, and you're a little more tired than usual. So the way you process things at works tends to take a dip. At least when I came back to work after I had my son, I felt that I've literally become dumber, and work was much harder, and my confidence level had also gone down. This is mainly because of the lack of sleep, but this shall get better. And when you just get back to work and you're willing to go there and get things done, somehow you will be able to still get things done. People do support you. Nowadays, a lot of other people in the corporate environments are very supportive of new mothers, and they do understand what you're going through. It's just when you get back in that first 6 months, you have to be okay with doing a little lesser work and focusing a little on your baby also. But it's definitely manageable, and you can get it done if you believe you can get it done, and if you have the mindset that I would like to do both. That's what matters the most. If you missing your baby is definitely not a good part, but if you're equally passionate about your career and being a mother, then you can definitely give it a shot, and that will make it much more easier. And I would also recommend having a house near your office, or when you're a new mother, so that you can get to meet your baby much more often. And the babies will grow up and be fine. We don't have to worry. And whatever you do as a mother, the baby will definitely fall down, will get hurt. That's part of the baby's growing up. So we don't have to feel guilty about that, or how we are going to not take care of our babies, because whatever it is, trust me, they will grow up to be well. And that guilt is not worth it. When you don't have that guilt, office becomes easier, life as a mother becomes easier, and it's a journey. You have to grow up along with your baby. So that's how it is.
Yes, Nitya. But sometimes I do find women who are not able to come back to work. They are just dependent on the husband and the children. They always take care of the children. So how can they make it easy to come back, or why should they come back?
That's a very good question, Meena. So why I think should be a choice. If the women are happy being a mother and happy being dependent, it's not wrong. And motherhood, trust me, is an equally hard job. In fact, sometimes it's more harder than office work. You really have to be present with your kids, take care of them, do things for them. But if you have this passion within you to be able to do both, you would like both a career and taking care of your kids, it is doable. And you can spend maybe 1 year or 6 months or even more taking a break, being with your kids, seeing them through, and then coming back to work. That is also possible. It depends on how passionate you're about your career, and whether how fast you would like to move ahead in your career, and where you would like to head in your life. If you would like to be financially independent, for me, I think as a woman, financial independence is something that is really important, and it just gives you a different sense of security, a different sense of power. And this is not going against family, it's just that independent is something that's worth it, and it gives you a different space to function from, right? So if you would like that kind of financial independence also, it would be nice to start your own career and come back to work. And you can also change your career. It's not that you have to come back to the same job that you were before you were a mother. So there are so many entrepreneurships that today women have started, from making jewelry to selling a lot of different items, to people starting becoming skincare specialists. Something which you can manage at your own time, just to give you money, and which you like, is another option. It is not that you have to go back to the 9 to 5 job after your break. but if you would like to be financially independent and do something for yourself. And sometimes, if you're with kids all the time, which I have been, it does drive you a little crazy. So it's good to focus your energies on few other things also that you like. And at the end, it's just a choice. Again, being dependent is not at all wrong. Taking care of your kids is not at all wrong. That's also a very beautiful aspect of life. But what is it that you really want as a woman, as a mother, is what you have to ask yourself.
Yes, very beautifully explained, Nitya. And as a woman, sometimes we, or in general, anybody will be driven by their passion also. They are always wanting to do something else, but the finance criteria or something bonding to the family stops their creativity to be unleashed. So how can you balance? As I see you as a successful entrepreneur, as you have a successful healing business, and also you are an IT professional, and also a mother, and also you enjoy in lot many things. So how do you balance all these things? How do we find that work-life balance?
That's a very interesting question, Veena. So I'll be very honest. I've not found that work-life balance, and I don't think it's that's what people have to find. They're finding the wrong thing. When you try to balance something, you always have to calculate and compare. Have you done enough of life? Have you done enough of work? Right. So what worked for me is making everything fun. When I work in my job, I try to make it fun. So I do a job that is fun for me. And I spend most of my time, even at my work, doing something that I like to do. If not, I would ask how I can make it fun for me. And that's one option that we have. And when I come home, also, I have fun. When I do my healing, also, I have fun. So I don't have this line of what is work, what is life, where is this blood? Because 70 to 80% of your life, we actually do work. So the minute you keep saying, I have to balance it, you lose it. And then when you come back home also, you don't enjoy things fully. You're always worried about work. So what I've learned is, let me not worry at work. Let me do it smoothly. Let me not worry when I do healing. Let me do it smoothly. Let me enjoy my time with my son. Let me read my book with fun. So this is what actually works, when I don't try to calculate and I don't look at anything as work or a burden. In fact, I run some classes, especially for people in corporates, called How to Have Ease with Your Work. And it clears a lot of things of looking at work from a different perspective, because the word work itself means like it is hard. So for me, I start saying work is fun. And as much as possible, whatever I do, I try to do it with fun. So, my mantra is do what you love or love what you do. Sometimes you don't get to do what you love, but whatever you do, you can start loving that too, right? So do what you love or start loving what you do. And then there's no need to find a balance, or have I done this enough? Have I done that enough? And also no guilt, especially of being a mother. And everyone tries to put mother's guilt. I think it's become a disease now. It's like, trust me guys, whatever you do, there will be something going wrong. Your children will fall down. That's the way they have to grow up and learn. So we don't have to get there, and they will turn out to be all right. So that's what I truly believe.
Very nice, Nitya. Who are your role models, and what have you learned from them? Do you have any?
That's a very interesting question. I have learned from few people as to live your dream. I've heard about it from a lot of people, but it was not true for me until I found out how it became true for me. And if I would like to model someone, my mentor, her name is Bhagya Lakshmi, and she's like a mother to me also. She's so much full of non-judgment. And I think in that non-judgment and being present in the moment is what helps you know what you have to do in this moment, because life, every moment is different, and there's not one formula to live life, or even to take care of children. They just you have to grow up with them. So you'll just see they keep changing, and you have to change. So when you have to change that way and be happy and be present, it all comes with non-judgment. I think that's why I would like to role model her in how much non-judgmental a person can be. And when I say non-judgment, not to judge yourself, especially women who have come after a break, or new mothers, there is so much judgment of self. Can I do this? Am I confident enough? What have I left my kid at home? What if something happens there? What if I do this wrong? That. And when you're a new mother, sleep also is something that is not there, literally for at least 3-4 months. Sleep is something that you can forget, but it does get better, trust me. And with all those in place, judging yourself is not going to help you. Getting into guilt is not going to help you. So how can you be non-judgmental about yourself. How can you know that this too will get better? This moment will get better. The next moment will get better. And just keep moving forward. That really helps.
I do see, Nitya, with a lot of your students, you are very non-judgmental. That is the source for their transformation. I could literally feel, I keep thinking
Thank you
how
so
Nitya
much.
can be so non-judgmental. Recently, even I started incorporating it into my life, and I see ease with myself, not just with others. We are non-judgmental about ourselves, and that gives the power to move forward in anything or any work that we do. That's a phenomenal thing. So Nitya, how can being non-judgmental will help women to come back after a break?
So when you come back after a break, like I said, you already have some mother's guilt, or with some other reason, you're like, why did I stop my vacation? So whatever it is, being non-judgmental of yourself is what we start with. Knowing that you can do it, not telling yourself that you are guilty or you have a problem or you can't do it is a really good start. There's something called imposter syndrome, and working women have it a lot, at least most of them, not all of them. There are always exceptions. But this imposter syndrome is telling yourself that you can't do well, you're not as good as the other person. And when you compare with men who can work all the time, women, it's a little different. Family is included, children are included. So we shouldn't compare ourselves with them and get into judgment of us versus them, or even self-judge ourselves saying, I'm not good enough, I can't do as much as them, what if I make a mistake? So if you let go of all these judgments, then at that moment, when you're working, you're more present. You're not worrying about something else or feeling guilty about something else. So that will tend to help you work even more better. And that is the reason why non-judgment will help you. Let's take it moment by moment. Life is very long, and especially leaving kids at home or coming back after a break is a different environment altogether. So if you look at it at one stretch, it's going to be very hard. Your mind is going to tell you you can't do it. But if you look at it moment by moment, okay, this moment I've done it, next moment I will be able to do it, then it really helps. And when you yourself don't criticize yourself, right? The self-critic, which most people have, especially women, is a way of making them better. But what if you don't have to be your critic, and you like what you do, and you're willing to get better moment by moment with non-judgment? That will help you move ahead in your career or any path in life.
And Nitya, can you give 3 tips for the women coming back to the work?
From a break, okay, that's a nice question. So first is no guilt at all. Second is, if it's your passion, go for it. You will be able to do both. Third is, manage your energy. You don't require time to take care of everything. You don't have to balance work and life, but you need good amount of energy to handle everything. And that energy can come a lot from your own positive thinking, from your own willpower to get things done, from your belief that I can do both and I'm willing to do both. And you don't have to compromise on your kids. They will be fine. You can be a role model for them. They will look at you, your career, and wish to do that too. So those are the 3 tips which I would like to offer.
That's so wonderful, Nitya. So in conclusion, women should have the willingness and the passion to come back to work, and there is nothing stopping them from any of the things. And children are not a reason, husband is not a reason, or spouse is not a reason. All that they have to do is choose their career or the passion or the field they always wanted to be in.
Yes, it is a choice, and the universe will support them. Even today, many corporates are supportive of working women who come back from breaks. You have to have the willingness and the choice. It's not necessary that you have to, but it's definitely a choice that you have in place. If you don't have this imposter syndrome, if you're willing to make things work, it'll definitely work. And also, just on a other note, when I took a break from my career, it was so refreshing. I did a lot of soul searching. I started studying healing during my break. So what I did with that break was invest in myself and change the person who I was. I started writing books when I was in that break. So even a break is not a bad thing. There are so many creative things that you can do there. And when I came back, I was a complete different person, more confident, more refreshed, and going back to see how I can tackle work. So even the break, if you do take it, enjoy full time with your kids. Or if you're taking a break for another reason, just make the best of it. Be as creative as you can be. Enjoy it as much as you can. That will give you more energy. Remember, I talked about how you require energy to manage everything. That gives you so much energy to kind of continue. And if every day is something that you like, then every day is like a vacation, you're refreshed, right? So it doesn't become hard work and hard things that drain you. So it is just a change in mindset that can really take you leaps and bounds into the future.
That's wonderful example, Nitya, for all the viewers seeing over here. Thank you for sharing your experience and the insights.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me here, Veena. And viewers, do subscribe to Pyramid Times to get more updates from this amazing channel. And I'm so happy to have talked about little about my career and my break. Thank you so much for listening to me, guys. Thank you, Veena.